borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher. No borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher. No borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher. No borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher. No borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits. Now here is your host, Garth Christopher.
Well, thank you very much, and a very pleasant evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and to the world, everybody who is looking at me, Garth Christopher, on No Borders, right here on YouTube, on Facebook, and on X, and of course, soon to be on TikTok and I think there is another platform that we are going to be on, and we're going to launch our website and certain things just now. You know, it will take a little time, all right? But again, I want to thank you very much. It has been a little while. You know, it's you know, but I'm here, and the show is here to stay. You know, I'm just still developing the show. It's not just going to be a show when it's not going to remain just a political show, a political season show, really. All right, it's a show for all times. I'm, you know, getting back. I'm reorganizing myself to have a talk show on YouTube, on Facebook, and X and TikTok, that kind of podcast. And you know, who knows? Eventually, you know, I might get a little contract to be on radio. Of course, not Power 102. You understand what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to work. I want to talk a little bit about what I heard last night from persad-bisessar, the political leader of the United National Congress, that once great party. Let's not fool ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. And this is one thing you will not get from Garth Christopher. You will not get me trying to fool you. You will not get me, you know, I don't want to use the raw language, you know what I mean? You wouldn't get me. Okay, I am a high-valued African. I know some of you may think it's a racist statement. Fine, you go right ahead. You could say what you want. All right? I am not going to beg anybody for any. I'm not like Safraz. What do you call it? Safraz Ali is his name? The counselor who left UNC because he was not chosen. He was the counselor for Arangwes for some years, maybe about 2 terms. The UNC dumped him, refused to pick him, and picked somebody else to run in his place. And he stuck with them, hoping sometime, you know, but let me stick with them and ride it out and see if they will select me the next time around. If they select me for the same Arangwes seat, they will select me for another seat. And that did not happen. And the guy, Safraz Ali, yes, Safraz Ali, he left the UNC. Silly, it's a silly choice, silly decision. He left the UNC and he went to not ILP, sorry, not ILP. I'm not talking about the Shogunas. I'm not talking about the Toko Sandy Grande Regional Corporation chairman. I'm not talking about him, who was with ILP. And I'm not talking about the Shogunas mayor, Faik Mohammed, who was with ILP. And now Kamala and them hugging them up and whoever and didn't saying anything. But I you know, all they could do what all they want. I'm talking about Safraz Ali, who left the UNC in the last local election, and he went and he fought for Watson Duke. God alone knows what getting that fella head. And when he lose the deposit, he went with the tail between his leg by Kamala and beg Kamala and publicly beg Kamala and say he apologized and he apologized and he apologized and all that kind of stuff. I am not doing that. I'm not going to apologize to Kamala. I'm not going to apologize to Jolene John. I'm not going to apologize to none of them because I did nobody anything. As a matter of fact, they should apologize to me. And it's not that I'm arrogant or feel, well, you know, the queen should apologize to the peasant. It's not like that. And I'm not thinking more highly of myself. It is very simple. I did nothing wrong to you. You did all the wrong to me. So I have nothing to apologize for. All right? Yes, I'm broken, I'm hungry, I'm from over, I ain't no education. You understand what I'm saying? You could feel all that way, say all those things, but what do I have to apologize for? I'm apologizing for nothing because I did no wrong. All right? If anybody has to apologize, it's you. So that's it. So I'm not Safraz Ali. I want to talk to Ms. Kamala Persad-Bisessar, the leader of the United National Congress, and of course, other people like Jolene John and they, if they want to listen, that's their business. But the UNC is not in a good position. And if Kamala Persad-Bisessar is not aware that the UNC is not in a good position, then she is blind. If somebody is fooling Kamala Persad-Bisessar and genuinely deceiving her and making her believe somehow, by whatever they are presenting to her, that the UNC is going to win the 2025 general election by default or because of some unique strategy and some new tactics, political tactics that they are employing, and something is wrong if Kamala is believing that, because as far as I am seeing, nothing strange. As a matter of fact, you just lost your own seat in the local election, in the by-election. Kamala, you just lost a seat. And you know, I am the first person and the only person, let me not say the only, but I can say with all assurances, I, Garth Christopher, the same duncy head fella from Mova who went Mova Lavantel, and who went Malik, and who went Shagaramas Youth Camp, and I went the worst, as they say, Morgan Job used to say, the dunciest is the worst primary school, which is Mova Central Government Primary in Mova here, right where Russell Latapi is at the moment. That's where my primary school was, you know, Mova Central Government. This same duncy head Garth Christopher from Mova, who never went to a university, is the first man who came out and said to you, Kamala, and to the UNC, oh, I understood why you put the local, the internal election 2 days before the by-election. Because, you know, if you had put the internal elections after the by-elections, if you had lost like you did in Lengua, you would have had a much more difficult battle on your hands in the internals. I am the first man, individual, person who came out and said that. And I dare anybody, it's right up on my on the Break Free page. You can go and look at it. Go look at it. Look at when Kamala made the announcement. Remember the date she made the announcement. And look at the post that I made. And look at any other political commentator's post and see if they made that same post or anything similar to that. I am the very first person who made that post, and anybody who come after me. Ladies and gentlemen, and you know that's a fact. Anytime Kamala and them had put the internal elections after the two by-elections, they might have lost. And the way they're boasting now about this landslide victory, yes. Yes, you did. A ratio of 3-1. Definitely. Nobody's taking away that from you. But that was only made possible because you use strategy, and it's fair game. It's fair game, but it's not honest. It is not an honest reflection of the condition of the UNC. It is not an honest condition and reflection, of the current state of the UNC. In other words, you pull wool over the eyes of the membership. Kamala Persad-Bisessar and Rodal Monilal and Jolene John, you did a good one. No, I give you points for the strategy, for the political strategy, because I mean, come on, it's politics. It's politics. But that is what you did. Again, you hoodwinked the membership of the party.
And now you want to blame the slate, the United Patriots. You want to blame them. Monilal wants to blame them and say, you see, them voters didn't go out and vote, and it's them how we doing, and it's them make we lost. Really? You made yourself lost. But you know what? A loss is a win to you. You remember, when you lose elections, you just say you win. And when you lose election, you just say you draw. And when you draw, you just say you win. Anything happens, win, lose, or draw, you win. Kamala, you win. So once again, you hoodwinked the membership. Because you knew very well, had you put the internal election, and listen to me, the internal election didn't have to be 2 days, and watch me, you put internal election for the Saturday. Rainy season. You put local, you put the internal elections a day before Father's Day. And then to come and boast and say, oh, it's a landslide victory. I accustomed beating people real bad. And these is no exception. Them get bad licks too. I want to tell you, Kamala, think about it. The internals could have gone at the end of June or the beginning of July. You would not have been breaching anything. No problem. You could have done that. But you chose to put it before. Because you didn't want to lose Lingua Indian Walk and get less votes than you did. In just less than a year ago, you got more votes in your safe seat in the Penal Baby Corporation. You get more votes in that safe seat where the councillor died. You got more votes last year than you got now. You keep losing and you keep losing and you keep losing, Kamala. But yet you say you're winning and you go in and beat PNM and you go in and beat PNM. What are you doing? You go in and beat PNM with the labor movement again? With labor again? Roger and they can't himself bring out people. Roger and them depending on UNC supporters. Roger and them depending on you. When they want to protest, Roger and them going and say they're going and protest. And they have no strength to protest. They want you to send out UNC members to pad up the protest. Kamala, Roger and them using you. Kamala, Roger and them using you, and you're allowing them to use you. Jolene John making them use you. The UNC is not going to win the 2025 general elections. I not putting no goat mouth on you. I not putting no jinx on nobody. I am watching the politics. And Rowley is not going to call any snap election. Keith Rowley is playing with you. He's toying with you. Keith Rowley is not going to call any general elections, ladies and gentlemen. He is not good in Tobago. And he needs to do some more work on Moruga Tableland. All this thing with sending out with naming 8 candidates or opening nomination for 8 seats and all that kind of stuff. He playing games. He playing politics. There is no snap election is coming. Keith Rowley is not good in Tobago. Farley is not good in Tobago either, but Keith Rowley is not sure about Tobago. You remember the guy only has 22 seats. He's not sure about Moruga Tableland. Well, he's sure about Tanapuna. Because there's where David Naked and them going. There's where you're going to make the mistake and put people like David Naked. Who just insist in doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down on his uncouth kind of a behavior. His big badge on bully behavior. He talking about Rai Ragbeer now. I mean, I am not in favor of what Rai Ragbeer did. I don't like it. I don't think it made much sense. And his reasoning, I mean, I understand his reasoning. I think his reasoning is is reasonable. I could understand what Rai Ragbig did. He stood up for his constituents and conveniently. You know, I cool with that. But it's not good politics. It is just not good politics. And I don't know where he's going to go with that. But ladies and gentlemen, the UNC is not in a good position. And if Kamala doesn't know that, then something is wrong with her political acumen. Then she's blind towards political strategy and political game playing and the seriousness of politics. Then she is in the wrong profession. Kamala is not a politician. She's not a strategist. And that's one of her problems. She depends on people to direct her strategies. And she's not a good strategist. You're going nowhere with the union. The union has no strength, no power. The union is PNM Kamala. Roger and them is PNM Kamala. You supposed to know Roger and them is PNM. You can't trust these people. Where is your political acumen? Don't listen to Jolene John and they. Jolene John and they are working for the 1%. And their mission is to keep the UNC in opposition. I am sure about that. Watch it, the UNC is going to lose. If they continue this way, they're going to lose. And this thing Kamala talking about unity and unity. Hey, Kamala, you don't want unity. You do not want unity. You do not want unity. Kamala, I challenge you. If you want unity, and I'm challenging those from the United Patriots as well. I'm challenging them as well. I'm challenging Rushton Parry and Anita Haynes and Kyle Taklal Singh and all of them. I'm challenging the whole slate to write letters to the NATEX and to the political leader and advising them or requesting, however you want to put it, all they know the nice language, all they went the big school, and all the big lawyers, write the proper correspondence to them, informing them that you are willing to offer yourselves to build the party, to work in the strategy, in the policy and strategy. Okay, Kyle Taklal Singh went up against Saddam Hussein. Luckily, Saddam and them win. If Kyle Taklal Singh serious about building the party and Kamala serious, now this is how we are testing both of them. All of them say, I ain't leaving. I see Kyle put up, I'm not leaving. I like Dennis Plummer, I'm not leaving. Kyle Taklal Singh, if you're not leaving, my brother, write the strategy committee's officer, write the NATEX and the political leader and the deputy political leaders and them, and offer yourself, Mr. Kyle Taklal Singh, to work with them on the strategy and policy team or committee. Anita Haynes, write the executive and the NATEX and the political leader offering yourself to work in communication. Rushton Parry, write the political leader and the NATEX and all of them requesting and offering your services to function in either any department. And all the others who Chantel and them who want it, offer all yourself. Larry Lala, offer yourself to work in committees. Let the team offer themselves. The whole slate offer themselves to work in the committee, the UNC committees. Work under these people, but to build the party, the membership, and the policy and strategy, and the education, and all the arms, and help to prepare the party for the general elections of 2025. Offer yourselves. If you say you're serious and you're not leaving, I'm holding all it to that. You, the United Patriots. And if Kamala, on the other hand, you say you want unity, fine. When they offer themselves, I want to see you accept them. Accept them. Because when the campaign was going on, You said it's PNM, but last night I hear you saying we are all UNC. So you was lying to the membership again. Politics again. Well, if it works for you, it works for you. If it was a political strategy, well, it worked for you because a lot of people believe they were PNM, and then Rai Ragbear come now and do this damn stupidness to make you say, you see, I tell you, it's PNM. Rai Ragbear and them ain't understand the politics. You see this thing about voting for the thing and if you say you vote for your constituents, right? Your constituents had to come and back you up on that. You had to come and show letters that you spoke with your constituency. You had 4 meetings, 5 meetings with your constituency, and this is the result of those meetings. You could show us on video recording, because any cell phone could record some of the meetings that you had with your constituents and prove to the population that I had 3 meetings, 4 meetings, east, west, north, and south of my constituency on this whistleblower legislation, and look, and this is the result. This is what they said. We had a vote, and in each of the meetings, we had 50%, 60% voting for it. And when we tallied everything together, the 4 meetings, it came out to be about 75% of everybody say so. And that is what I stand on. You never did anything like that. But you come to tell the people now that oh, you stand up for your constituency and in moral and spiritual values and all kind of damn stupidness. Bad politics, right? Bad politics, my brother. You're not proving anything to me. I am listening to you. I want to hear you prove to me, my brother. But you ain't prove anything to me. It just come like normal old talk. All politics. That is what I would do. And they could say I vote for the PNM, but I have proof. Look, my constituents tell me to vote this way. But you're coming to tell the people now, Kamala and them have a right to say it was thinking for the PNM. They have a right. You giving them reason to say that, right? Come on, brother. What's wrong with you? So offer all yourself, and Kamala, you say you want unity. You don't want a unity. You don't want, I guarantee you don't want a unity. And if them offer themselves, if Taklal Singh and them offer themselves to work in strategy, and Anita Haynes and Parry and them offer themselves to work in communication or wherever in parliament or wherever they offer to work themselves in membership and this and that, I know all are going to reject that. All are going to reject them. Why before, if all they want unity, and you wanted unity, why before the internal elections, when they're saying all these things about, hey, come on, let's have the election. Why you started off talking all that damn stupidness of calling them PNM and all they're trying to disrupt and disrupt and disrupt? You don't want no unity, Kamala. If you wanted unity, you would have called them together. You would have called them long time and say, hey guys, what's up? Come, let's do this. Kamala, you're not leading from the front. You know why? Jolene John making you do all of that because they want the UNC to remain in opposition. She working for the 1%. Don't forget Garth Christopher tell you that. The same way I tell you about Guy Griffith go cuss you at the first non-reason to cuss you. He will cuss you. First he wanted to cuss you a long time. It's in the guy's nature. And so said, so done. Again, I was right. I'm also telling you, Kamala, stay from Rosie and them. Stay from the labor movement. Number one, they're bringing nothing to you. The same way how I tell a guy and the NT was bringing nothing to you. And it happened, they brought nothing to you. And you come and you say it after. I'm telling you, the union and them just using you. And they're bringing nothing to they're bringing nothing. They have nothing to bring. As a matter of fact, the union want you to fight for them to get Petrotrin, the refinery, for them to end up in the big business and end up capitalists. The union is going to end up capitalists. All again tap. Don't get tap at them, no. Ladies and gentlemen, all listen to Garth Christopher. I know some all don't like me and don't like how I talk because all they feel, well, I duncy head and me care, I from over and who is me talking so, and maybe I talk with a certain kind of bravery and a certain kind of authority, the way I articulate myself. So some all they kind of don't like me, all they feel like arrogant and thing. All they could say all they want to know, Jed. I know when I say my thing, when I carefully consider my thing, and all they had to prove me wrong, you know. All they had to prove me wrong, and all they ain't proving me wrong. All they not proving me wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And I want Kamala, you're talking about unity. I tell you, you don't want unity. If you wanted unity, you'd have called them man and them long time and pull them together and sit down and talk. You want unity? Who you want unity with? If you wanted unity, you'd have sit down and talk with Makila Pandey long time, Kamala. What unity you want? You say you say some people saying Makila spoiled and she feels she's the queen and she obligated. Okay, fine. Kamala, you in politics, you know, you dealing with people all different kind of personalities long time. So you telling me you can't handle Makila personality? You boast about being in politics for so long and you know people and you forgive this one and forgive that one. Last night they saying, oh, you beat Monilal already. Bad. And look, he right now, he's a deputy political leader of your party. Okay, so you telling me you can't sit down and talk with Makila? She's so Makila-ish? That you can't sit down and talk with Makila a long time? What unity you really want? Eh? It's false unity. It's false unity. Spurious, phony. That's what you want. Jolene John. That's Jolene John kind of unity. That's your 1% kind of unity. You want to unite with... You live in Makila, who father was one of the first political leader and founder of the United National Congress. You live in Makila out. To go and sit down and talk with Roger and they. Men who cuss you and pull all kind of thing, all kind of mannequin and cuss you over and over, and they will curse you again, Kamala. They will curse you again. You leaving out Makela and them to sit down and talk unity, real unity, where Makela, even though she has a party and she might not know big set of force now, she has some currency. She has political currency. Okay, you need to sit down and talk with Makela Pandey. You need to sit down and speak with people like Rushton Parry and Anita Haynes and these people. Do not study Jolene John. Jolene John is working for the 1% and she wants to keep the UNC into opposition. Kamala, you need to get that into your head. Do not study Barry Padarat and they are insecure. They feel Kyle Taklal Singh and Anita Haynes and them brighter than them and more skillful than them and they go lose the position. Kamala, it is not about who losing position, it's about the best team. In Pandey and them days, when a slate loses, Kamala, you supposed to know that. Pandey used to pick the best out of the team who loses. The team that lost, Pandey would pick the best, and those who come forward, he would include them in the whole process and the party organization and party organs. So why not do that? Don't just talk unity. That's talk. Talk is cheap. We need to see action. We need to see action, and that is why I'm challenging the United Patriots. Well, you know, there is no United Patriots anymore, but those who run on the team and on the slate, I'm challenging them to apply. Write letters and leak it and send it to the media too. Let Kamala and them know what is going on. And if Kamala and them do not accept them, then you know Kamala and them in want no unity. Kamala don't want no unity. You know why Kamala don't want no unity? Because Jolene John don't want no unity. As a matter of fact, all you know, I love Kamala still, but not as much as before. But I still love Kamala because I believe Kamala was a very good prime minister, especially for poor people and for children and stuff like that. But I'm losing my love for her daily because of the kind of foolish decisions she's making. She's not listening to the right set of people. Am I saying you had to listen to every... No, but listen to me. Kamala, I'm going to tell you one of the mistakes you're making is you have a set of money people as your advisors. You need poor people as your advisors too. You need a man like me to give a certain kind of word song from on the ground and from my perspective. You do other thing, but you have to listen to my perspective and people like me. Kamala, one of your mistakes is you see an activist you never had. Shanti and them is activists in the Indian community. One of the problems all the political party have, because you have no structure. You see activists. You see a certain activist, Kamala. You need to have an activist committee that you're consulting with on any and every decision you have to make. Every serious policy and political move, you need to consult with some poor people, some activists who live in the belly of the beast and who suffering and who understand suffering, even if they ain't suffering again, but they understand the suffering, and not because they climbing out of poverty, they lose connection with the ground. It have plenty people you feel you talking to that in poverty, that know about poverty and know about what going on the ground, and know they have lost connection with the ground. And that's your problem. You're not talking to people. You're not taking advice from people. There's only bright people and people who in this and who in this and who in that. You need to take some advice from poor people. And not by the way advice. Every single move you want to make, you should have some serious thinking, some poor people who could think, who could analyze, and have a core group and listen to them. Take advice from them. At least listen. You don't have to take their advice, but consider what they say. That's one of your biggest problems. You want to listen to Jolene John and them too much. Yes, you need to listen to people like me. I'm not saying I alone, but people like me. Don't run. Don't run people. Don't do it. Include the patriots. Don't just talk unity. Don't just say it. Live it. Do it. And that is a problem. You don't want a unity. Look, Michaela and them the long time. Look how long Michaela they. You telling me, Jed, Kamala? You telling me? And you know something? On this live, or if I make a post to the effect of what I'm saying right now on this live, Kamala will have some trolls. Kamala, don't listen to your trolls. Don't go up on Facebook and listen to your trolls. It's them who have in opposition. It's them who have in opposition, Mark Sudin and a set of them, boy. A set of them, boy. Jesus Christ. That feel to vomit. When the kind of nonsense that we saying. You have trolls, Kamala, you have a lot of trolls, you know, and you have a lot of sheep, you know. But if you go up on Facebook and listen to them, Kamala, you keep on losing elections, you know. You believe some of them people and them saying, I responsible for Kamala losing Lingo and all kind of damn stupidness. All everybody hear stupidness like that? Huh? Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, Kamala, you had to talk, don't just talk unity. You had to live unity. You have to live unity. You need to come together with, call these people. Call them. Call Michaela. Call Kyle. Call Rushton. Call Anita. Call Rambali. Don't send Barry and Kadisha and them and the people and them constituency to undermine them. Them is the things Barry and Kadisha and them that be doing. And you know that. I set a little pest you have around you. I set a stooges and I set a touts. Ram and Ratty Ram and I set a them. And Faik and them, you have them just turning up and making mischief. And that's how you're running a party? That's how you want to win an election? You keep losing. You keep losing. Anytime you ain't accept Parry and them, if they take my advice, I wish they take my stupid advice, because to them it might be stupid too, you know. I wish they take my advice and apply and write you and ask you to be members. And we have an election to win. We're talking about UNC and about PNM killing the people, and look how much people dead, and look how much murder, and look how the thieving and all kind of thing. But what are you doing about it? You're not winning. You have to win an election to change it. Let the people come in. And they said they want to grow membership and build the party from the base. Come up. Let them come in and do it. Let them come in and do it. Because we need more members. We need new members. The members themselves are not even motivated to come out. Parry win my arrow, you know. Kamala, you didn't win my arrow. Parry won my arrow in the internal elections. You understand what I'm saying? Parry and they have some currency. You can't keep on giving people like Joel D'Souza and them Senate position and MP and want to make them MP for San Fernando West before people like Kyle Taklal Singh, and you want to drop Anita Haynes and them because she applied for she run against your slate and all kind of thing. What kind of shippiness is it? You paying Joel D'Souza and them in front of people like Anita Haynes and Kyle Taklal Singh and them? Kamala Persad-bisessar, make some political sense for me, please. You cannot put people like Joel D'Souza, who cannot string a proper grammatically correct sentence like myself. You can't put them in front of people like Anita Haynes and Kyle Taklal Singh and them. You can't do it. But that is what you have been doing. Kyle is a man working for the party for years. Anita Haynes working for the party. She work with you. She work with things. No, you want to drop them because they come up against you. You want to drop Parry. Like Larry Lala and them grew up. Them was in the mud in 1988 with Pandey in Arangwes. You wasn't there, Kamala. Jolene John wasn't there. But Larry Lala and them was there, and the mother and father was there. And you're talking about you want to leave the party for the rank and file. What about Larry Lala and them? Simply because them fellas are them bright and they just think and they independent and they go articulate the points in the public and Come on, Kamala. Come on. You can't build the party that way. You're not winning, Kamala. You're losing. Kamala, you're losing. I love you, you know. Not as before, but I still love you. You're losing. You're not winning. Don't let Jolene John and them fool you. Don't let them fool you. You're going to lose the 2025 elections if you don't genuinely unite the party. You got to call Michaela Pandey, sit down and talk. You got to sit down and seriously talk with Kyle Taklal Singh and Anita Haynes and Rambali and Lala and these people, man. You got to do it, Kamala. You got to do it quickly. Put the best people in these positions. Put the best people in the strongholds and in the marginal seats, and it is going to work for you. Everybody going to come on board. If you are the leader, you are the leader, mother. You're the leader. But you have to have a strong team with you. You still have a little thing in you in terms of you understand, you still have some love to share with the population and with the children. I know that. I know that is how you feel. But you don't want to get there Because of the team you have around you and you insist with that team. Oh God, I feel like I'm wasting my time because I see you back that team. Kamala, you went all out for that team. I don't know, maybe I just wasting my time. Maybe I just wasting my time. Maybe you too want to see Rowley here for 15 years. And trust me, if Rowley here for 15 years, Kamala, he here for no less than 25. You know? Anytime Rowley get another 5 years, the PNM is going to be in the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago for no less than 25 uninterrupted years. And I want to tell you, to challenge me on that again. You see how all they challenge me and lose about Guy Griffith and Philip Alexander. Remember I tell you, oh God, Kamala going with Philip again, he go leave just now and cuss, you know. You see, same thing happen. I tell all you about the union. Look, it going to happen, Jed, for sure. I telling all you, anytime the UNC lose to Rowley again, that is it. No less than 25 uninterrupted years, the PNM will be in power. Kamala, you have to genuinely unite. And to show you're genuinely uniting, Kamala, any one way you could demonstrate that. The union is nonsense. That is not no unity. Forget that. That is not your force. That is not the strength of your unity. The strength of your unity is to unite with Michaela. And Michaela can't come and say she want to be no leader and them damn stupidness. It's not that. It's not that. Put forward your strongest team. You unite with Pari, Anita, Kyle Taklal Singh, Rambali, and the entire slate. Let them work in committees and function. Let them be in the Senate. Strengthen your Senate. You have a year still. Rowley not gonna call no election. Strengthen your Senate. Put out some people. Strengthen your Senate. And put these people and them to work in some serious seats. What Ratty Ram and them doing there? What Khadijah and them doing there? What them doing there? What Anol Ram and them doing there again? What Barry Padarat and them doing there? Larry Lala said something good. Larry Lala makes sense. Put strong candidates in your safe seats and look for the best to put in your marginal. Send a signal to the population that this is the lineup you have for government. And put some strong people, not people who could cuss other people, you put them in the Senate. Put strong people. Time for Wade Mark and them fellas and them, oh God, Kamala, time for them fellas to take a break. Time for them to take a break. Time for David Nackett to pack up and go. He's bringing you down. Because he is in cahoots with Jolene John. His mouth is too dirty. He's too uncouth. He's not refined. And I'm not talking about hoity-toity refined thing. You know, the guy is just too obnoxious. He's obnoxious. David Nackett. I have no problem with a fella and a brother being strong and challenging. I love how you used to challenge Gary Griffith. He didn't used to use them nasty, them unnecessary words, but he used to challenge Griffith on his performance. And I loved that about him. I posted some of his challenges. I mean, not because I don't really like Guy Griffith too much. And why I don't like Guy Griffith is not that I can't like Guy Griffith, It's just that I find Guy Griffith as a man not too much a woman ways, and he like to he bring down the UNC too much. You understand what I mean? And feel he cleaner than everybody else and that kind of stuff. And when I know it's not true. He feel he cleaner than everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't believe he cleaner than everybody else. Because, you know, and he know everything about this and everything and about, but the people and them who was around you when he was a police commissioner, plenty of them in the blasted courthouse. The man who he had for a policy and the legal head in the police service in the blasted courthouse for some damn wrongdoing, some kind of alleged wrongdoing with some boat he buy, some yacht he buy for $910,000, and he had gun on it and then this one who was the head assault, he and all in some trouble. But yet them was he handpicked men, but he knew everything about who corrupt, who this, who do that, and men right in your arms, men in arms, before the blasted court. So you can't really come around me with your prim and proper, holier than thou stuff. It's not to say I can't like Gary. Gary's a man of his skills, certain way. You dig? So I cool enough. You understand what I'm saying? I think Gary's a man of a role to play. It's not that it's not that I hate Philip and them fellas and them had the strengths. But them fellas and them too flip-flopping and too, jeez, they're inconsistent. They're inconsistent. In my opinion. You understand? David Nackett is a man. He's a man who have his skills too. But he line up with the 1% under Jolene John. And it is my opinion when I watch him and I observe how he operating and things what he's saying and what he's doing could create, it's not helping the UNC. It's not helping the UNC. Some people may say, but God, the things you post not helping you. Really, that is not. Hey, everything I post that may seem is against the UNC is coming from a heart of love, and in every one of my posts my posts are constructive criticisms, because if you read them and not carefully, if you just read them, you'd realize that inbuilt in all of my posts that may seem to be against or anti-UNC, you would see is an advice. There is an advice. But you don't have eyes, so you cannot see the advice. You do not have eyes. Or you have eyes, but you cannot see. You would listen to me now and say, I criticize and I criticize, because you have ears, but you cannot hear. And you listen with your ears and not with your brain. And a lot of times, because you know why you're not listening with your brain, and because you don't have enough political acumen and political knowledge and political strategy to really see clearly what I'm saying makes sense. I'm not perfect. I could never be 100% all the time, or even think. But trust me, if you listen to what I've been proven right, when many times you'll have been proven wrong. And you know that. Many of you who follow me, many of you who troll me, some, you know, all it does real troll me, you know. Some of all you need to, I mean, I could take it. Because even all the trolling, all that troll me, all I realize me do beat up on all you and cuss all you and thing. I do just deal with all a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, another thing, and finally, when Kamala, your members, the UNC members, be it 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, cannot. It is not enough to make you win the general elections. You need more people. And you are not attracting more people by the lineup you have. And when you have people like David Naked, and they coming out. If I said David Mohammed before, I apologize. I never meant David Mohammed, but it's David Naked I meant to say. I'm talking about David Naked. If when you have people like them and Barry Pada, you're running people. When you have people like Khadija and them with the kind of things they do, you're running people. Kamala, let me tell you something. While the UNC membership might like Monilal and see him as your next successor and as your successor and stuff like that, Kamala, listen carefully to Garth Christopher. While your members might like hot mouth Barry and them kind of thing, Kamala, the population don't like them. The population don't trust them. People who you have to vote for you to make you become the next prime minister, they don't like these people. They don't trust these people. Your membership will like them. Oh, Barry, hot mouth Barry, post boy Barry, Ray. Oh, Monilal, the land of our push, rah. That's your membership. The population don't like them. And Rowley and the PNM going to pound them down in the ground. They will pound them down in the ground. You hear Stuart Young done talking about thing. I mean, he lie and about who corrupt in the UNC and them in no corruption and this one, this and this one, that. They lie and they're easy to debunk that. But Kamala, you don't want this. I don't know what you have David Lee there for. Kamala, here you talking about a man Rowley bring who before the court and who before the court. But David Lee before the court, Kamala. And UNC members, well, not all members maybe, but UNC Kamala trolls and Kamala sycophants and those who you know the PN, you know the UNC is like a little PNM now. And that is what Jolene John always wanted. All right? Kamala, you cannot be talking about a man who, before the court, Indian and due diligence and wherever. But look, you have Monilal before the court. David Lee before the court. Ravi and them under all kind of investigation. It had an internal investigation with Ravi. I think Devon Maraj, you could say whatever. The fact of the matter is it had an internal investigation about trafficking or some kind of a thing. And then his name is calling in brothel and all that kind of stuff. And you know the kind of stuff when brothel people, they involve most of the times, if they're not directly involved in human trafficking and children trafficking and child pornography, if they're not directly involved, there's usually a connection and a link and a this and a that, because you have to remember their stock in trade is women. I don't want to go into the details. Suspicion. They have clouds, dark clouds. You could give these people stuff. You could give them, make them a chairman of this and a chairman of that. You take them people from the front, girl. What's wrong with you? Take them from the front. David Lee could be a chairman of a board, energy, that is his skill, okay, fine. The man before the court, you can't be talking about Rowley and them meeting people before the court, but you know David Lee before the court. But yet, you have him in front. Kamala, them is contradiction. Here what happening? Your membership, UNC membership, become like the PNM now. Your trolls become like PNM sycophants. Your sheep become like PNM sycophants. So they go swallow anything you do. If you put Mano Benjamin there, they go vote for Mano Benjamin. But look, you talking about Rowley and them, and Rowley and them coming in the general election and pound down Monilal. They going and pound down David Lee. What a distraction for? Tell me. Kamala is not making political sense, Kamala. Come on. Mother, please, I beg you. You can't want to win an election and not make these changes. You can't. What is wrong with you?
ladies and gentlemen, I done. That's all I want to say. I mean, I could say so much more, but I done for the night. All right. I'll do a live just now. Soon. I want to hear. I want the United Patriots team to offer themselves to strengthen the UNC, to build the membership, to go out and campaign for members, work hard for the general elections. And I want Kamala last night, who said she was unity, I want her to embrace them for real unity. This union is not the real unity. I want Kamala to go and unite with Makila Pandey. That is the unity we need to see take place, and everything else after will fall into place. That's what Garth Christopher is saying tonight. I want to thank you very much for staying tuned and being part of this broadcast. And I have a FCB account 3034407. All right, it's 3034407. The account is in my name. Garth Christopher is FCB. You can donate $10. You can donate $20. You can donate it into that account. You could, that kind of banking, $100, $1,000, anything. I need to get an air conditioned unit. I need to organize my program. I need to do more. All right. It's taken for me to do this. I have my internet. I can't have a normal internet. I have to have a very strong internet to broadcast and on these 3 platforms. Another thing I need to get is I need to get a generator, not to light up my whole house, to feel, you're buying a generator to light up my whole. No, what I want, a nice, neat generator, no noise generator, is that when I'm doing my program, if current goes, I'm still online. So I need to get a generator, I need to get an air conditioned unit and all that kind of stuff. I want to fix up the place, fix up the program. I want to, I want to pay for certain, I have to pay for vMix. I think it's about $700 US for it. That's what Archie told me. I think it's one is $350 and one is $750 US. That's for me to be able to have phone calls and have Zoom and to interview people. Right now I can't do it because I do have the equipment. So I need your support. The account is on the line. I would put it up again, maybe my producer, and then too, remember I not into the tech thing. So I have to pay a man. Whenever I come in live, I have to pay the man. So I need some help. I need some donations. You're not helping me to buy nothing, not to do nothing. I just doing my live. You know what I mean? I want to bring the information to you. I want to bring the political analysis to you. All right? But I can't be enough with a fan. You understand what I'm saying? A low noise fan and all that kind of stuff. I need to organize myself properly. I need to organize the room and certain things now, right? Let me do I'm begging all. If all I would like you to make a donation, like the account number is up. All right? In the name of God, Christopher, 3034407. And I want to thank you very much again for staying tuned into this, this program, this live broadcast. And I'm going to see you soon. All right? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
No borders with Garth Christopher. Tune in as he pushes the envelope in talk radio. Listen to him extend the current limits of performance and take you beyond the commonly accepted boundaries, testing those limits and taking you as far as it's safe to go. No borders exceed the existing limits.
I can't take no prisoners. No, you have to You have to, you see, even if you're serious and thing, you have to have a little, people, you need people to laugh too now.